Welp, it's finally here. The long-awaited TF2 summer update has finally graced us with its presence. So, was it worth waiting nearly 6 years for it? I mean, well, a little bit. So, let's go over what the update added, and then I will go in depth. Alright, so the update added 14 new community maps, the cosmetic case, 6 new taunts, 20 community created unusual effects, the 2023 Summer World Paint case, and that's really about it. No community fixes at all. That's a pretty good amount of stuff. Overall, most of the maps are really good. I haven't played a whole lot of the matches on the maps, but I will give my brief opinion on them. Rotunda. Cool train map. Plays well and kinda reminds me of Nucleus. The point is elevated, so pushing onto it's a bit of a chore. It also has good flank routes as well. Overall score, 9 out of 10. Very good, very strong. Selbium. Seals. Fucking seals. It's a great player destruction map, based around seals. Reminds me a bit of a toned down version of Cursed Cove from the Halloween update. It somehow feels open, but has a small, compact layout, and you can finally rocket jump / stand on most roofs. 8 out of 10, a very, very fun experience. Phoenix. Looks great and plays well, for the most part. It has this very orangey color palette that's very easy on the eyes. I think the road trip theme of this map is pretty neat too. The only thing I don't like about this map is the final point. You have to climb a dam at the end. It looks cool, but I think it's way too tough for blue team. The red team can literally surround you from all sides, because there's a walkway above the final point, and there are flank routes all around the final point. Good, but the final point kinda ruins it for me. 7 out of 10. Reckoner. An amazing map. Looks great and plays amazingly. I think it's probably my favorite map from this update. Plays just like a 5CP map should. Fun all the way through. 10 out of 10. Hardwood. A great map. It's attack / defend. All 3 points are fun to attack and defend. Love the woods aesthetic for the first 2 points. And the final point has a cool secret base type deal going on with it. The only problem with this map is that it crashes for me. 8 out of 10. Cashworks. I have mixed feelings about this map. It looks super cool and plays really alright. But the problem is there are huge sniper sight lines at multiple parts of the map, especially the final point. I feel like the blue team rolls through red's defenses, but gets stopped for like 10 or 11 minutes at the final point. Still, not a bad map. 6 out of 10. Pelican Peak. A CTF map that isn't all that bad actually. It's open and somewhat vertical, despite being a CTF map, and doesn't feel all that stalematy. This is due to a path leading directly to the briefcase, which sounds terrible, but they balance it out by having the entrance at an enemy choke point, which means the enemy can defend it pretty well. But it allows for unnoticed enemies to slip by and maybe capture intelligence. Pretty fun. 8 out of 10. Sulfur. Another 10 out of 10 map. Plays just like a map made by Valve. Super fun. Kinda reminds me of Steel in the way you can cap the final point. Unlike Steel, capping the final point does not end the game. It just switches the timer. Yes, there are 2 different timers on this map. One for the blue team and one for the red team. I think this is just a way to get more time, but I don't know why you would waste time capping the final point when you can just rush the other points. I guess you could do a strategy where half the team goes for the final point and the other half goes for a different point. Excellent map, 10 out of 10. Shark Bay. A cough map themed around a New York harbor, but this is no normal harbor. It's infested with man-eating sharks. I like the fact that the capture point is a tugboat, and when teams cap it, the tugboat blows its horn. The only thing I don't like about this map is that a pyro holding WM2 can just push you overboard. But a very good map. 9 out of 10. The last 4 are VHS maps, which were taken out of the queue for some reason. Don't get me wrong, they're still in the game. It's just they're taken out of the queue. I remember someone saying something about they're working on bug fixes, but I don't know how true that is. A quick update, as of editing this video, they added them back to the game, which is great. But I'm still editing the video, and it's almost done, so I'm probably just gonna do a separate video about it, and talking about the VHS, because I feel like this is a little bit bigger than, I don't know, just like a small, like, little talking about it. I think this deserves its own video on how, personally, monumental this is. So I'll go in depth about those maps and the entire mode in a different video. As for the cosmetics, I think there's not a single bad one in this new case. I'm a big fan of the close quarters combat, close quarters cover, and the prohibition opposition, but the visual effects are pretty nice too. There are a few I'm not too interested about, but most of them are pretty good. The taunts, in my opinion, are a bit of a mixed bag though. All of them are good except for the Road Rager and the Killer Joke. The Road Rager is just another moving taunt in the same vein as the Pyro Motorcycle one. And the Killer Joke isn't really all that killer. Shut the fuck up! As for the war paints, all of them are pretty good. A few of them look a bit similar, but I think they all look very cool. So, was this update worth the wait? Well, in my opinion, I think it was. The maps are really good, except for one or two, but that's to be expected. All the war paints look very cool. Taunts were pretty alright. Not a bad cosmetic in the new case, and they added VHS to the game. The only thing I'm a bit disappointed about is that we didn't get any community fixes, which the update page said we would, but you can't have it all. Either way, it's still a damn good minor update. Us TF2 fans finally got a victory. Overall, 9 out of 10. Great fucking update. So, this update brings in a few questions. Like, will we be getting more updates in the future? Or will Valve start working on TF2 more? And did the CIA really get my entire neighborhood addicted to crack? Well, these are questions that I think that we should come back to for later. For now, just enjoy what we have because it's pretty damn good. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.
Well, would you look at that?